Ouch. That was it ain't taking that long. Okay. Are we on? Oh! Sorry, folks. I didn't know it was on. Okay. Hope you didn't see me changing my shirt. Welcome, everybody. Okay. The microphone is on? Alrighty, good. Let's see here. Let's make sure we got you in the right place, everybody. Welcome. Let me do a last check here. All right. Are you seeing me? We use the same link, so you should be seeing me. No, it says starting in a minute. Okay, you're not seeing me. All right. Let me go ahead and get the correct link. Oh boy. Okay, so all right. Yes, come on. Oh, Jesus. I mean, sorry. Sorry about that. All right. I must have the link. I thought the link was the same, but apparently it's not. Oh, man. So guess what? It's not the same. Shit. I mean, hush. Sorry. I told everybody the link was the same, and it's not true. All right, let's go here, and let's go here. Okay, so everybody has the wrong link. Let me resend this email to everyone. All right, and here it is. It's going to be sent. And here, okay. So everybody has the wrong link. Let me resend this email to everyone. All right, and here it is. It's going to be sent. And here, okay. So everybody has the wrong link. Let me resend this email to everyone. All right, and here it is. All right. Why is it so loud? Oh, I'm hearing myself. Let me turn this off. Okay, wrong link. Let's turn this off. All right, good. That's why only one person was watching. One person being me. Okay, so let me send it out there. 3 concurrent viewers. 3 viewers are on. All right, somebody's watching it. How do we get 3? I don't know. Okay, folks. So I sent out a better link. Last night when I set this up and I sent you all that email, and I tested the link, and then went to the page, and now it's not. So this is very confusing. So when I changed the title of the video of the class, it actually made a new link. And why would it do that? I don't know. But anyway, so some of you are here. I don't know how you got here, but some of you are on the right page. Everybody else, so I sent out a link to everybody else, and hopefully they are getting that email and they can come along. Because I really, I really made a nice movie here. I want everybody to see it. And it would be very frustrating if people can't see it. So, what else can I do here? Let me let Diane know just in case, because she may be watching here. Okay. So let's see if she gets it. Okay, so hopefully folks will get this link, and hopefully folks are looking at their email and all of that. This is such a strong. All right, so 2 playbacks. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead with the class, and that was, it's one thing when I could see if somebody's not prepared, but I prepared and had everything. I thought everything was right, and it still screwed up. So, all right, so we'll send this out. We're going to start the class anyway. Let's get going. Yes. Let's go ahead. I think people will come along. What I can do is, for the people that I have their messages for, I can send them as well, and we were going to go, because I really want people to see this. It would be so frustrating if I could not. All right, get this out to people. So one more second. Those who are here, one more second before we start. I'm going to put this message to as many people as I can think of. Oh, numbers I have. Alright. And I don't know. I'm making a list now of people, and let's just hope this works. Okay? And it's going to be all right. Oh no! I just erased everybody. That's all right. Be calm. And I just can't think of anybody right now. Well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it, okay? And the rest of them, we'll figure it out. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Okay, here we go. And we'll just take it from here. So I'm going to start the class here. So this is the George Washington Bridge. Okay, and I had to change it. We were supposed to go to the Governor's Island, but I rescheduled that for 2 weeks from now. There was a bit of scheduling problems with that. I had other things I was working on, other Zoom calls and so on and so on. And by the time I was able to do it, I only had a couple of days to do it, and the timing of the ferries wasn't going to work. When I was able to get downtown, it was the ferries had already, because they have a limited schedule now, so it's a very small window to get the ferries. So then when I was finally able to do it, 2 days in a row, it rained, so it wasn't going to work. So I pushed it off. I rescheduled it, and then I decided, you know what, I did a trip to the George Washington Bridge, which is actually closer to where I am than going down to the Battery Park for the ferry. So that's what we did. Now, I had taken the class on that walk before, and we had gone from Manhattan all across the bridge to the New Jersey and the Fort Lee. And we even went to a Greek restaurant one time, once we got across the bridge in Fort Lee, and ate, and then we caught the jitney back. So what I did this time, however, I thought it'd be more interesting to ride the jitney across the bridge and then walk back. And it turns out that was a good idea because the traffic coming back across the bridge was not good. Pretty crowded. Okay, we see here. I can put I'm trying to send this out again too. So Andrea by Christina. I'll send. I'm going to send this to a few more people that maybe they can get it. Okay. Okay. All right. And let's see who else is here. Julia, Janice. Okay. And we have Annie. And Alice. Okay, and Marion. Let's try those folks, okay? And we'll do the best we can. All right. And hopefully enough people get this so they can actually watch it. Ira and Sharon. And that's going to have to be it. All right. And just cross my fingers. Okay. It's out. Okay. Oh, somebody else came on. Okay, good. So people are picking it up. All right, good. So people are getting the information. Again, sorry about that link. When I set this up last night, it appeared, YouTube gave me the impression, because I tested the link, that it was going to this live class, because I had changed the name. You know what? From now on, I won't do that. If I have to change the trip for some reason, I'm gonna leave the same name and the same everything, and y'all just come and say, "Oh, it's a new class." Yeah. All right. So here we go. So okay, people are coming on. People are starting to come on. Good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and show this movie about the George Washington Bridge. As I said, I left and went from no walk. No walk? She says no walk. Okay. Let me see here. Let me try it again. Okay, there it is. All right. It's working. Try your iPhone. Okay, let's get it going. So anyway, so rather than walking across, we walked back. I walked back, all right? And which gives it a different take. And I was saying earlier to those that didn't see me, good thing I did, because the traffic coming back was terrible. Some accident or something happened. So it was better just to ride across there and walk back. So you're going to see the whole thing, starting from the jitney all the way back to the end. Alrighty? And I got the shot. So let's go ahead and set this movie up and get ready to play it. Now the people are coming on. Ah, good. People are coming on now. Excellent. Okay, good. All right, I give more people. All right, so people are there. I think we have enough folks now to go ahead and show this. So let's go ahead and do the thing. I think we'll be fine. And I'm going to add QuickTime. All right, we are ready to go. QuickTime is there, and we're ready to go. So let's start the movie. It's the jitney getting off in New Jersey.
Well, just got off the jitney at the other side of the George Washington Bridge. Now, I'm going to walk across the other way. There it is. It'll be different. We've had a class where we walk from Manhattan. We're going to do it this way now.
You're actually right there on the highway. That's where the jitney drops you off. Noisy, I know. You see that's the plaza there.
That's where we're going. So now we have to cross to the other side and then walk down to the entrance on that side. Not too bad to walk from here. Like 10 minutes, we'll be at the bridge.
Now, I shot these buildings because I had a photo of it while on the bridge. And this is an interesting piece of artwork. Not a real sidewalk. You kill yourself walking on that. And I am approaching now down that same street. And this is actually, what you see in front of you is the Palisades Park. Palisades Interstate Park. It goes from New York. It goes from New Jersey, and then further up, it crosses over back into New York State, all along the Hudson River. And I'm going to get it. There you go. And the Fort Lee Historic Park, which a few of us actually went to. A wonderful park. We'll have to do it again when normal time is returned. And this is the approach to the bridge on the New Jersey side. Seems like there's...
Well, you saw the bike riders going that direction. That's the way to go. That's the bike path and the walking path. We're going to start our walk across the bridge. But first, I thought it'd be cool to let you in on a little bit of history on how this bridge was built. So here's a video about that.
Is the city of islands. With the population boom of the 20s, it was clear that many river crossings would need to be built. There was one man that was given the task of designing almost all the New York City bridges that stand today. In this next segment, we'll see just what it takes to build a massive suspension bridge.
In 1924, my father, Othmar Ammann, was assigned as engineer of bridges to construct the George Washington Bridge.
This would become Ammann's first project as lead engineer, and he quickly became overwhelmed with the problems at hand.
I think first realizing that Lindenthal's project wouldn't float. Secondly, he was campaigning to have the idea of a bridge up where it is now accepted. And thirdly, he had to be adjusted to the fact that he was appointed to see that this bridge was built.
They would begin construction in 1927 with a budget of $60 million.
They had to carve out a section of Upper Manhattan and Washington Heights where there were residential apartments, people living in the pathway of the bridge. And it was no different in Fort Lee, although probably less so, because Fort Lee wasn't as populated as Washington Heights.
They started with the actual cement base of both towers.
Both towers comprised of 12 50-foot sections. Each tower section was floated in, one by one, to the piers.
The towers are 600 feet high, and they needed to be that high to make sure that the bridge allowed very tall ships to go underneath.
Then they ran the cabling going across the top of the bridge. They had an actual machine that would ride along and lay the cables, and spin it, sort of like a spider would. It would spin the cables back and forth, and would go up and down the towers and would lay the cabling. millions and millions of feet of cable that went into the construction of the bridge. So it was constant day and night. It was constantly laying the cables, going back and forth, and of course the cables that basically hold the bridge down, they laid after that. They actually built the roadways at the same time, going until they converged into the middle, and they brought them in on barges and were brought in and hoisted up to the bridge, and was sectioned off to each piece. The bridge was actually over-engineered. The cables had been buried deep into the Palisades. The support to hold this bridge is phenomenal. The bridge was designed to actually have more roadways to be added on in the future. So it's built to hold more weight that's actually there now.
12 people died in the course of construction, which actually is to us an inconceivably large number to be sacrificed, but at the time was not actually a huge number on a construction project. Bridge building is very dangerous. People are working up on heights. When you're spinning the cables, there are loose wires that are flipping around. People get the bends from being deep underwater, working in the caissons when you're drilling footings.
Halfway through the construction, the Great Depression hit, and the grand scale of the bridge would be forced to be reduced.
Originally, it was supposed to have a very elaborate and rather 19th century looking granite covering for the great towers of the bridge, and they decided they didn't really need to do it, that the steel was strong without it. They had originally planned elaborate bridge plazas, which featured very 19th century decorations, but these were never built due to costs. The idea for these decorations was more the notion that a great bridge is an entryway to a city, so that it conveyed to everybody that this was a noble city.
And also what the bridge did, it divided Fort Lee, and Fort Lee today still has that impact of almost being two towns. When they were building it, Fort Lee saw a real estate boom. They thought that this town was going to explode, property values would be up. There were streets designed with lots, with no homes built, in hopes that the bridge would bring, this great prosperity. Now, this is the same time the bridge was going up. Unfortunately, the prosperity really didn't hit Fort Lee till the 1960s because of the Depression.
Luckily, the city did not run out of money in the Depression to build the bridge. In fact, they came in a little bit under budget because costs went down in the Great Depression.
With the design cuts made, the bridge was able to open a full year early, which also saved an extra $1 million. On October 25th, 1931, the bridge opened its lanes to traffic.
When the bridge opened, there was a lot of festivities, and the President of the United States came to demonstrate two aspects of American engineering and ingenuity.
Otmar Ammann would go on to design the Bayonne Bridge, Triborough, Whitestone, Throgs Neck bridges, and the largest and last, the Verrazano's Narrows Bridge, before passing away in 1965.
I try to visualize Father being here at the celebration of the opening of the bridge 75 years later. This was his favorite. He really had to take the courage and the entrepreneurship to push it all. If we see him there at the opening, he won't be standing there with his chest out. He would be quietly back in the background, just very modestly enjoying everybody else's enthusiasm.
Though the bridge was not completed to the exact design of Otmar H. Ammann, it was still honored as a roaring success. The bridge, later known as the GWB, would see many more adjustments before becoming what it is today. The George Washington Bridge, 75 years crossing the Hudson, will be right back.
The bridge opens with thunderous acclaim, but the necessity of this bridge was much higher than originally expected. The construction had just begun. This George Washington Bridge factoid is brought to you by Verizon, working for you. The GWB is home to the largest free-flying American flag, draping 90 feet from the West Tower. This patriotic symbol is flown on 8 holidays: Martin Luther King Day, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, and of course, Flag Day.
About at the entrance. Take a look.
Now see how narrow this walkway is? It's
Everybody, we are on the bridge, looking over the river. Here, take a look. Way high up. Now, don't be scared. You see there's fencing all around. There's no way you can fall off. You can't even climb. You can't even jump off. So just relax. Ignore the cars on the side, and just watch out for the bikers. That's the main thing. I think where we are is scary. Look at this. That's one of the arms going up. We'll zoom in. We'll go up to the tower. And there are people working up there.
Yep. Workmen are on that ramp, on that cabling ramp.
Here's one that's like this and like that and like this.
As I was saying, the walkway is narrow and divided,
Fast up here. You gotta watch yourself.
shared between bikes and walkers.
So through the magic of sticking the camera in between the fence wires, we're gonna get some shots of the river.
That's Lower Manhattan. And that's the Jersey side parking lot there. That's the tall building I showed you earlier. People are sitting out. Got the zoom in shot of a sailboat. Pretty nice place to picnic with a bench there. You can just chill out and relax. Of course, you see the river, but you hear constant noise of the trucks overhead. But it's far enough up that probably doesn't bother you. That's the Fort Lee Park. And there are the Palisades. Got a good shot there. Again, that's Fort Lee Park. Yeah. It was a beautiful day for it. The river is actually, the Hudson River gets very wide at this point. It's narrow again, it gets wide again. The flag is not there because it wasn't a holiday. Oh, watch out for the biker. Now they're supposed to get off and walk their bike at that point, but they don't. And they come zooming around there, and it's really kind of selfish. That's a lower level. And you see that's a sign there. It's quite an amazing structure. That's the beginning of the cable that holds them. Trying to get a shot of the other side, but too many trucks in the way.
The point of the suspension cable, right in the middle. I think we're at the actual the border between New York and New Jersey. I'm looking down here. There's a line here. Normally there's a sign, but there. So I'm going to assume there's a line. I'm stepping over from New Jersey, and now we're in New York, mature. There's the actual sign. Welcome to New York.
Hey, no bikers this time. Made it through safely. All right, now, so this is on the approach to Manhattan. And we're seeing it. There's Manhattan. And that's Washington Heights, Inwood, Cabrini. And another view. This is the official plaque here when it was first dedicated. Tennis courts there on the Upper West Side, along with the railroad tracks. It's so pretty here in the summer. There are railroad tracks there. Metro North. One last pan across to New Jersey and the bridge. Now the cables actually hold the roadway up, and those towers hold the cable. So now we're walking to the off-ramp, not far ahead. This walkway gets very narrow, and those idiot bikers still ride at full speed and yell at you to get out the way. That's it. See how narrow it is? Final ramp as we descend off the George Washington Bridge onto 178th Street in Washington Heights. All right, sorry I'm chewing gum. Where we came from. Yeah. And that's where we're going. Bad habit. No, say no. I'm shooting ahead. Notice how much quieter it is here. Getting off that noisy bridge. This is the Cabrini neighborhood. Off the tip of Washington Heights. Over there you see the entrance to the bridge. People that have apartments on the end there have great views of the Hudson River. We're going the other way. Our way home is to the subway at 175th Street. So we've arrived at the 175th Street Station A train, and I'm about to descend down to go home. This is where our journey ends. I hope you really enjoyed it. It's not the kind of thing that everybody would do, so I did it for you. You didn't have to be so scared. Well, folks, have a great, wonderful day, rest of the day, and we'll see you next trip. This is Victor Carr saying be happy, healthy, and safe, and signing off. Well, not signing off completely. Okay. Some people lost the sound. I didn't see that. Gremlins. Okay. All right. So I think you got the sound back. Okay, good. All right. So there it is. A walk across the bridge. A very busy, noisy walk across the bridge. We've done this trip actually twice in the past. Only a handful of people came each time. But there are other bridges to cross. That are less scary to cross across Manhattan, but we did it. There is one in Poughkeepsie called the Walkway Across the Hudson. It's way up there to get to, but I'm anticipating, hey, maybe next spring, things will be back to normal. We'll take a trip up to Poughkeepsie and walk across that bridge. There's no cars and trucks. It's just people walking. And yes, Florence, yes, I see you missed a trip. But don't worry, you got to go this time. Okay, everybody. So I'm glad people are here. People are commenting, and people are taking it out. Hope you enjoyed it. And that's our trip for today. I think I mentioned that the Governor's Island is going to be in 2 weeks, and next week it's Prospect Park, which many of you have been to. Some of you haven't, and I've been planning these way out in advance. We're going to be taking another ferry ride, but why give it all away now? Keeping it within the New York City area. There's no faraway trips, but those will come back. All right, folks. So enjoy the rest of your day, and be happy, healthy, and safe. And we'll be talking with you next time. Now, this is really for real this time. I'm signing off. So long.